Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of the Best of Rivals podcast. Episode 3, week 2 of the Premier League. Not done yet. We still have a game on Monday, but we've seen the games on Saturday. We've seen the games on Sunday. Jay, let's get right into it. Do you want to sort of go over some of the games that we've seen, some of the big moments, some of the questions that we have, a little bit of the drama maybe?
Yeah.
Revolving certain players from Tottenham. Big game that we just watched. Last game was Arsenal versus Chelsea.
A good one. The score does not tell the actual game, to me at least.
Yes and no, because Arsenal was getting at him. Arsenal was definitely getting at him, and you can kind of see. And this is what I'm not sold. I'm not sold on Chelsea, man. I'm really not. Like, they're deep. They got all these names. Really? Because they have 5 at the back, and there's a bunch of youngsters running at them, and they can't deal with it sometimes. I think Arsenal maybe should have gotten a goal. Maybe they
definitely
deserved one.
Definitely. They missed a few chances.
Yeah. Exactly.
And they were attacking pretty nicely,
and they
too.
were attacking pretty well. The problem is their transition. Arsenal's transition has always been shaky.
Yeah.
And that's why they always give up goals that, interestingly enough, like the first half of the game, you probably think Arsenal was in more control, maybe.
Yep.
Yet, Lukaku's he's bullying and
so he came in looking like he's been on the team for the past, 20 games. It was nothing new to him.
Exactly. There was no grace period of okay, let's see how he can get into. No. He's locked. He's ready. He knows exactly what he needs to do. Every time he gets the ball, every time he looks like he's going to get the ball, he knows exactly what he's going to do. It's crazy.
I mean, granted, he has been in the Premier League, a couple times now.
I mean, he's been at Chelsea.
Second debut with Chelsea,
Exactly.
So it's like, I mean,
it's understandable, but it's impressive as well.
It's very impressive. I mean, I was pretty thrilled with Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie, because we saw the lineup they put out beforehand.
I texted you, one of the worst lineups I've ever seen for Arsenal.
He texted me the lineup, and I looked at it. They had no strikers, and had Aubameyang on the bench.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this? And then they came out playing, and they were on fire. Saka, and Pepe were just connecting,
just running
1-2, 1-2.
That's really how Arsenal's gonna survive, or I guess really try and make a push. It's just going to be these young guys just outrunning teams.
Yes, sir. Smith Rowe, I told you about him. I like him a lot. I love his game.
I mean, there's a reason why Aston Villa bid 25 mil for him.
Yeah.
There's a reason why. He's a good player. They just re-signed him. So, but at the same time, I guess a real quick question, little digression here. Odegaard just got signed. Probably going to play next game.
Yeah.
Where do those two fit? Because obviously, Emile Smith-Rowe is the number 10, literally has the shirt.
Exactly.
Odegaard is a number 10. They bought him for 30 mil. He played there on loan last season for half the season. Do those two fit together?
I think they do. I think you got to put both on the pitch at the same time.
Is it just because quality? Like, you just got to put the best players on the pitch?
Best players, exactly. Yeah. Arsenal's in that position right now where they have no
option.
No option. They got to put out what they have.
Yeah.
The best players, and they got to create. So I think
they don't have a lot of creators.
There's no creators on the team besides those two, really. So I say you put Odegaard, as 10, and then, like you said, move Smith Rowe probably 7.
Yeah, we were texting about this. Yeah, I haven't seen Smith Rowe just play next to a Xhaka or a Partey or even a Lukonga. I think he'd be very interesting in a box-to-box role, or maybe a slightly more defensive role.
Yeah.
Obviously, it looks like he's more of an attacker. He likes to run with the ball, without the ball. But I think we have to get those. I think if you're an Arsenal fan, you have to get those guys both on the pitch without sacrificing those wing talents, right? Like, you have to play Saka, you have to play Pepe.
Yeah. So what is Arsenal missing right now, then? Because we know their midfield is pretty decent with those two, right?
Well, they're attacking midfield.
Okay, attacking.
Now, yeah, exactly.
Striking wise, is Aubameyang done?
No.
Lacazette, are they done? Or
no, I think if you're Arteta, listen, let's be very, very clear. They spent the most out of every Premier League team this season.
Yeah.
They spent 130 mil.
These past two signings, because they got Ramsdale as well, right?
Ramsdale, so they got the keeper. Now they have 2 keepers.
Solid keeper, yeah.
Yep. It's going to be decent for them. They keep talking about a striker. They have 4 options. They have Aubameyang, they have Lacazette, they have Nketiah, who they still haven't sold. and they have Balogun,
Okay.
who came on later today, but he doesn't really look ready for the Premier League just yet.
Yeah.
They've got 4. Instead of maybe spending another 30, 40, 50 million on a striker that may or may not do it for you, why not just try and get the best out of 1 or 2 of those strikers out of those 4? That if I'm Arteta, if I'm the front office at Arsenal, that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm focused.
That's what you're trying to do, but
yeah,
we clearly see Arteta doesn't. He doesn't know what he's doing out there.
Yeah, he doesn't. He really doesn't.
He has no idea. Like you were saying earlier, they played pretty well. And he's yelling at his players. He's screaming at them.
Yeah, he's giving all these instructions.
Nonsense.
That's not what you
nonsense.
do with a team like this, man. The team is chalked. The talent is there, but the leadership isn't. The senior players aren't there. Just let those guys play.
Let them play.
The reason Saka has performed so well over the last 2 seasons is he was allowed to just play. There's no restrictions on him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't Martinelli is a great young talent. Don't restrict that guy.
Had a great game.
So it's like
he's not even in the right position right now.
Yeah, playing him center forward, even though they have 4 forwards on there.
I will say this though, Arsenal with Chelsea today, they're very easily to get misplaced. So you saw Chelsea was able to move the ball from wing to wing pretty well, and Arsenal their midfield they shift completely.
Just like you shifted your mic.
As I just shifted my mic.
Yeah.
Which that just it makes the team kind of messy and organized.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's something that they have to figure out pretty quickly because that's how they get so many goals scored on them. The defense is just trash. It's terrible.
You saw Holding and Mari, but Gabriel's out.
Yeah.
Ben White's out. They're gonna look better. So it's one of those games where we expected. You bet on Arsenal. Again, I think that was you being a little bit kind.
I thought they're gonna, do something.
It's just no.
No.
And by the way,
no.
I'm not sold on Chelsea.
Yeah, let's get back to that because you're saying the young players, they're out there running wild and all this.
Yeah, they have 5 at the back. Bro, Alonso again is these guys look good. These guys look really, really good in certain situations.
Reece James had a great game.
He had a great game, yep. But I just feel like you can get at this defense. I don't think that they're a solid. I think they have a lot of defenders, but it doesn't mean that they're very good. They're playing 3 at the back, and they're still. I don't know. They look very, very vulnerable to me. And Jorginho,
really?
Ooh. And by the way, this is one game, so I'm not one of these type of people who I see a game and oh, this guy sucks, and I see the next game and oh, this guy's great. That's not how I do it. I've never really rated him super, super high. Yeah. He's had a great 6 months, no question. But for me, his impact in the game, it's a lot of pass completion.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pass completion. It's very very few times you see a great ball, pinged in no one saw it but him. And he's defensively, he's intelligent more so than athletic. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's the thing with him. You hit it spot on. He's not that athletic. So when he makes a mistake, it's typically on him. He went for a challenge in the wrong way or, something like that. I didn't think he played too well today. I saw a few errors on his part.
Yeah. Kovacic is Kovacic. He's going to put in the work. He's decent on the ball.
Yeah.
But Conte, when he comes in, you just see a little bit of a bounce, a little bit of a spark. I think he's the type of player that he's the type of player who's going to erase a lot of these mistakes. In my opinion.
It's pretty amazing that you can have Conte come off the bench.
Yeah.
That's the type of depth that Chelsea has right now.
Exactly.
It's pretty deep.
But I'm saying depth because I think there are problems if we're looking at Chelsea as okay, they're a top 8 side, then they have tons of depth.
Yeah.
When you talk about potentially going back to back in the Champions League, when you think about them being title contenders, I don't think that these players are going to do it, man. I really don't think that a lot of these names, Werner comes on, cool. Havertz had a decent, I still think that these names are a lot bigger than their performances. That's kind of how I see it.
I thought Mason Mount did pretty good, and I'm pretty hard on him, but he had a pretty good game.
Yeah.
He's creating on the wing. He was throwing it into Lukaku.
He's not a winger though. It's a little bit weird. He's out of position.
Exactly. They're just running all over the place. Mm-hmm. So I know what you mean. With Chelsea in their attack, it's just a bunch of just kind of rats
it's
just coming
talent.
at you.
It's just talent thrown at you.
They're crowding you. It's
yeah.
So when they play a team, like Liverpool next week, we're gonna see it's gonna get real.
A team who's really set up well because so Chelsea's played a very, very, very poor Arsenal, and who else they played? Was it first game? Crystal Palace.
Yeah, CP.
So this Liverpool game will be a test.
It's going to be a test.
For sure.
And that's a great leeway. I want to know how you feel about it. Do you think that Chelsea's going to figure out Liverpool's defense? 2 clean sheets so far?
Well, we'll do the betting at the end, but in terms of just an idea of what they're going to do.
Yeah, not even a bet. I just want to get your thoughts and opinions on, do you think they're going to...
Well, I think it's going to be a big battle of Lukaku versus Van Dijk.
That'd
be great. I can't wait for that one. I don't know if Chelsea can unlock the defense, I just don't know if they have the players to do that.
Yeah.
But again, maybe I'm just too hard on Chelsea. I don't know.
I mean,
I think Chelsea's wing backs are sort of their secret weapon in a lot of ways. And that's why they're not playing Chilwell, in my opinion, because Alonso running down that left-hand side, he could be a real threat. Reece James is looking good on that right side.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. If I think about it on the other end, and I look at, Liverpool attacking Chelsea's defenders, I think they're going to have a field day. I think it might be a really, really high-scoring game. Honestly, a 2-2, 2-3, something like that. I don't know where it's going to go. We'll think about that at the end, but I think both teams are a little bit vulnerable defensively. Liverpool played Burnley.
Liverpool as well?
Yeah, they played Burnley and Norwich.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing to tell, right?
Right. So we're going to see next week.
We're going to see next week what's real. We're going to see what's real.
But at the same time, numbers are numbers. And as a Man U fan, we saw today, you can play a low-tier team and still not produce. Mm-hmm. So I give Liverpool credit for winning those games.
100%.
Getting those 3 points, you know? We drew today with Southampton, which is ridiculous.
But you kind of predicted that it was going to be a tough game. And it was a tough game, but it almost looked like it was a tough game due to Man United's mistakes.
All Man United.
Exactly. There was very little creation that I saw. Ward-Prowse is as good as we say he is. If he wasn't great at free kicks, let's be honest, we wouldn't be rating him as high. Let's just be honest about that.
True.
We just wouldn't. Very good player, though.
No, I mean, the whole game, we had Southampton on their heels, you know? We're attacking the whole time.
It was just some of the bad.
And I felt people were being selfish a little bit. I didn't really see the team link-ups that I saw, last week.
Yeah.
It was more so individualized play. I thought, Paul might have led us to the W in the end, but he didn't have enough. He had a great game, though.
I tweeted out he's the best player on the team by a mile. I know we had the whole Bruno talk. I think
it's ball.
But by the way, will he do that after August 31st? I don't know.
I mean, that's the question. That's the question.
But man, he looks good.
He looks good.
He looks really, really good.
He almost single-handedly won that game for us.
That beautiful cut to his left, and then it's beautiful.
Oh, I thought that was a goal. Mm-hmm. I thought it was going in. I'm like, we got it.
He could have shot that near post, honestly, but it's hindsight.
Yeah. But getting back to that game, really quickly, I'm very upset with Oli Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
That's mean. That's harsh.
There's no consistency, man. Last week you have Greenwood in the middle, up front, center forward.
Cavani's injured right now, by the way. I
believe so. Or maybe not fit.
Maybe not fit. Okay.
Gotta look it up though. I'm not too sure on that one.
Yeah, I was wondering why it wasn't.
But yeah, you have Greenwood at center forward last week, right?
Yeah.
And he's young, so I think you give him a string of games where he's playing that center forward role, so he gets the the feel of it. This week you move Martial to center forward, and as everyone know, I love Martial, but he is not the man right now.
He's not. No.
He's letting us down.
Yeah. Why would you not just play Martial on the wing? Is he not more of a winger than Greenwood?
I mean, you had a great point though. This is Southampton, so he's trying to get Martial goals. Why not put him in? But I think you put Greenwood at a center forward. You have Paul on the left wing. He's been producing, but he's not a left winger.
He's not a left. Oh, and that's the thing. They don't necessarily play wingers. They play attacking midfield. They play 3 attacking midfielders.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's very, very strange.
Yeah.
And that's not how they should be playing. Now that they have Sancho, now that they have all these players, they should be playing the standard 4-3-3.
Yes. We have enough good players. There's no reason why you should be experimenting and trying to figure out what's going.
Yeah.
There's no players in their positions right now.
Exactly. There's no reason that this team should be playing 2 holding midfielders.
No.
There's no reason. They should be playing the 4 at the back, their best 4, which we'll talk about. Their best back 4.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I don't even want to dive deep in yet because I got some fire. I'm about to get on some people. Yeah. It's going down today. Y'all gonna hear it. Y'all gonna hear it.
So so the next midfield three, you have to play Pogba and Bruno, but who do you play behind them? You just pick one of the three defensive midfielders that you have, and then you go wide. You go wide right, you go Sancho. Wide left, you probably go Rashford when he's healthy. Mm-hmm. If not, maybe Martial. Yeah. And then your front right now is Greenwood, followed by Cavani. That's how you go. But will he do that? Probably not. He'll keep doing this little. It's so scared. It's so hesitant. It's such a hesitant team.
He's not a killer, bro.
He's not a killer. And you can see that in the team.
He's very content with getting a point. Not 3, a point though.
A point. Because it's Southampton away, right?
Exactly.
It's an away game. It's whatever.
I think we just tied. I want to say Arsenal.
I saw that record.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking about the record. I'm thinking about the record. I'm like, that's not a record I really care about.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't care about that record at all.
Yeah.
I want a dub.
Yeah.
Because like when it comes down to it, those points are gonna matter at the end.
Very much so. You cannot be. You can only slip so many times until you're out of the race for the title or the top 4. So.
Let's go to another game, though.
So I'm looking at it. So Villa Newcastle, we saw the incredible goal by Danny Ings, and we'll talk about transfers a little bit sooner. A little bit later in the episode. But Danny Ings is looking good so far. 30 mil for a very, very, very high quality.
You wanted City to.
I wanted City to get him. But again, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Crystal Palace, Brentford, 0-0. Great result for Brentford. Just 4 points in 2 games.
They've been playing pretty well.
Their entire job this season is to stay up. That's their entire. Yep. So any time that they're getting a point here, a point there,
they're content.
Yeah, absolutely,
100%.
I didn't watch the game, but a 0-0. I don't think I need to. Zaha, I tell you, Zaha not scoring. I didn't watch the game. Who cares? Zaha does not score goals. You think this guy's a genius? Think he's incredible?
I don't think he's a genius. I told you he is Crystal Palace offense. That's what it is.
And he scores 3 goals a season. So what do you want me to do? He's not the I don't know. I just have mixed feelings about it. I think on a better team he would be incredible, but he can't be the best team.
Yeah, he's right. He's not the main guy.
He can't be the best player in the team.
Okay,
exactly.
I got you.
Leeds Everton. I'm pretty sure I actually called. Did I call this? I'm pretty sure I actually called this.
No, so we had a bet on that one, right?
Yeah, we did have a bet.
And I think you had.
I had Leeds.
Yeah, and I had
Leeds. You had Everton. I said Leeds were going to bounce back. But I remember saying I was thinking it's going to be like a 2-2. But I remember I did bet on Leeds. We tied on that one. But just 2 teams that.
And that's what kind of makes me shaky about Everton. I know I had them over Aston Villa, early in the season.
In terms of league position.
Right, league position. I don't know. They're too
super inconsistent. They're going to score so many goals, but they're going to give up so many goals as well. It's very difficult to predict.
I don't want to play them as a Man U fan, but when it comes to them playing, Leeds and Burnley, they may lose some games.
They may lose some games.
Exactly.
And it's not because they're not going to score. I think they're going to score a lot of goals. Let's say they're 10th in the league.
Yeah,
they're probably going to have the 6th or 7th most goals in the league. Right, so they're performing in terms of offense, performing higher than their league position. But I think they're going to be giving up a lot more goals than their league position as well. So really weird. We'll keep an eye on those. Man City. Oh my God, where's my banner on my chair?
I'm glad you don't have it.
Well, let me get it out. I'll be back.
Oh my God, you don't need it. No, he does. I get it. We won 5-1 last week. They won 5-0 this week. Do what you got to do. Hey, great job, man. I watched the highlights. Norwich, they suck. They're terrible.
They do suck.
A lot of the goals that you guys scored, were pretty easy. But, hey, 5-0 is 5-0.
We talked about it. You knew, I knew. We all knew that Norwich was going to be the team that gets it.
Yeah.
After the pretty poor performance against Tottenham. Not much to say. Just great goals, typical Man City goals where we're having 100 chances and we're scoring maybe 25% of those, and great play from some of the wingers. Oh, by the way, if we cross the ball low, chances are we're going to score. You know why? Because we don't have an aerial threat. So when we're playing Tottenham and we're pinging balls over the top,
it makes no sense.
And this is, by the way, we used to do this when Aguero was playing, and even though he's a good header over the ball, he's like 4'10".
Yeah. It's not logical. Exactly. It makes no sense at all.
Very, very good performance by them. But again, it's Norwich. Like, I don't know if we had. Did I have Norwich going down? I think I had Watford instead of Norwich. I might change. I might change that. I think I had Watford going down instead of Norwich.
Like we said, this is gonna flip flop.
It's going to be a great. Exactly. It's going to be a great storyline for the relegation battle for sure. Speaking of Brighton, Watford, not really much to talk about.
No. I mean,
Brighton's just trucking on.
Brighton's they're number 3 right now on the table. So early on, but hey, that's a lot for them.
They're doing what they're supposed to do.
Exactly. So good for them.
We talked about Man U, Southampton, Tottenham winning against Wolves. Another game we bet on.
1-0. Yeah. Harry Kane came in 70-minute.
Yeah, Dele Alli with a penalty. It's Tottenham right now. The results definitely don't speak to, I think, their overall performance for the season.
Facts.
I think this is a team that is looking good now, based off of numbers, based off of results, not based off of they play better than City, 100%. Yeah. But the goal that they scored, Ruben Dias should have, So, and here a penalty. So.
Exactly.
Tottenham is still out. We're still trying to figure out what Tottenham is.
Yeah.
But again, a good result against Wolves.
Yeah, I think.
Did you see Traore's miss, by the way, the 1-on-1?
No. So,
dude, this guy.
That's why I'm not like Wolves, bro. I'm telling you, they may get relegated this year.
Yeah, but they played well in both games against. Leicester and Tottenham.
But
so hard.
It seems like they're missing something, though. They're not.
Of course,
they're
not
missing
there.
something.
Of course, they're missing something. Will Jimenez get back to form? That'd be the question. Yeah. Obviously. With the horrific injury.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Interesting stuff this week. And again, we've got the West Ham Leicester tomorrow,
which should be a great game.
Should be a great game. I'm definitely gonna watch that.
I forgot what I said last week.
I think it's just gonna be a high scoring game.
Think so?
I think typically Leicester, I don't think scores a lot of goals, but I think this is gonna be one of those games that's kind of open.
Okay.
But I remember watching the matchup last season. It was a good game. So, I'd expect it to be a good game. Antonio, he's red hot right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see.
Let's go with the best signing so far. I think that's a good one. We're 3 weeks in.
Yeah.
No, not 3. 2 weeks, right?
3 weeks in our podcast. 2 weeks into
there
the
we
season.
Go.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks in with the season.
Yeah.
3 weeks with the podcast, but yeah, who's the best signing so far? Who do you think?
And let's I guess maybe we can clarify the criteria, right? Yeah. So it's like in terms of performance, maybe money divided by performance, right? So if you're looking at a Danny Ings, only cost 30 million, scored 2 goals, won a game, lost a game, right? Grealish, 100 million, scored a goal, won a game, lost a game. So obviously, in that respect, Danny Ings would be a better signing, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So that's kind of how I'm thinking about it.
Got you.
Lukaku. Lukaku is listen. He's played 1 game. It's all I need to see. He's looking like he's free out there, bro. He's looking like he was in a bad relationship for 5-6 years, and he's finally free. That's how it looked like. It looked like he didn't have a worry in the world. I think. I know I'm so high on this guy, but.
I'm going Danny Ings. I wasn't sold on Aston Villa, to begin with. Yeah, you kind of sold me on him.
Yeah,
and I'm watching him play. He looks like a world-class striker.
Yeah, because that's what he is, right? Like he's not the most skilled. He's not the most talented. He's not the fastest. He's not the this or that. He's a clinical finisher.
Clean.
I think that's the difference. You don't need to be the top goal scorer every single season. You just need to find clinical finishers. Jamie Vardy is a clinical. These are clinical finishers.
Yep.
They're not the big names. They're not the, example, a Jesus, more talented, in the Brazil team. Yada yada yada. Numbers look great.
Yeah.
Not a clinical finisher.
How do you feel about these teams getting these players like Varane and then not playing them at all?
Well, it's only 2 weeks. He wasn't ready for the first game. And then this game, honestly, Sancho even coming off the bench. Why? I think probably for the Martial thing that we talked about, they want to get him a goal, but still.
Nah, you
play
pay
him.
that money.
You play him.
Exactly. I don't see the reason of having him on the bench.
Varane was probably more so. Maybe he's not 100% ready. Maybe not 100% ready.
But we need him. It's bad because
Maguire, what's up?
I don't even want to say his name.
Lindelof.
The goal that he gave up, 'cause I know it came off Fred today. It was a deflection off of Fred's foot. But Maguire, his marking, he's terrible.
Bruno gave the ball away though, right?
Yeah, well, he went down for a foul.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a foul.
Flopped.
It wasn't a foul. He flopped.
Yeah.
He straight flopped.
Typical Bruno.
Sometimes. And then Maguire went in, tried to challenge the ball, but he didn't even challenge. It was kind of like a 50-50. And I just hate it. If you are supposedly our best center back right now.
Supposedly. Even if Varane comes in, you're still looking at Maguire to be the captain.
Exactly. He's wearing an armband and everything. I expect more from you. Yeah. Way more. I'm tired of it. I'm fed up. I told you this earlier.
I think United fans hate Maguire more than neutrals. Like, United fans are really, it's very, very split. And it seems like you hate the guy.
I hate him. If I'm Ole, I'm putting Maguire on the bench next game. And Varane starting with Lindelof. I'm sending a message.
No, you're not.
You're not ready. You're done. Get him out of here. Hey, send him back to Leicester. I don't want that bum.
Imagine they start.
That bum.
Imagine he starts Varane and Phil Jones.
Oh my! Hey, chill. That's jokes. He will never see the pitch ever again in his life. I think the last time I seen Phil Jones on the pitch, bro, he fell, hit his face with the ball. It was ridiculous, bro. He's a fool. He's still with the club too. I don't even understand, bro.
I know.
I don't know what he has over the Glazers, but
I know.
he has him for ransom or something, bro. It's crazy.
It's
but
crazy.
no, yeah, just Maguire, man. Get back to
you're not a fan of him. You're not a fan of him.
So he's a solid defender. He makes the right plays sometimes, but the mistakes outweigh.
Okay. If he was a 40 million pound player,
yes,
are you fine with him?
I'm fine. 80 million though.
So the question: who are you mad at? Are you mad at Maguire? Because he's not the one who's saying, "Hey guys, I'm worth 80 million." Are you mad at United?
Everybody. It just, oh my God. It's we've been dealing with the defense, That's our problem. That is our problem. Our defense is just terrible. It's not trustworthy. It's not good enough.
Yeah.
When Salah looks at that, when Grealish looks at that, Lukaku, they're going to eat it up.
They're going to eat it up.
They're going to feast.
I'm really interested to see Varane. I'm really, really interested. Obviously, he's coming in at a very, very cheap price compared to, I think, his talent and his overall experience.
So I think people kind of forgotten about Varane a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean,
for 4 years ago, we were saying he was the best center back in the world.
Yeah, now it's the whole Van Dijk and Diaz and
so he has something to prove. There's a chip on his shoulder. He might come in I want to prove you guys wrong and show you that I still.
He definitely wants to be there. So we'll see. I mean, who are United playing next? Is the question. Play Wolves next?
Yeah.
You start it, man. You start Varane. You start Sancho. What are they doing?
No, Sancho has to start next game.
Yeah.
If he doesn't start,
I just don't get it.
I'm going to England myself.
I'm
hopping on the plane.
You're hopping on the plane. You're finding him?
I'm finding him. Oh, I forgot to bring up Fred, too.
A decent squad player. But
decent squad player, but
cannot be relied upon.
He's not. He shouldn't be starting. And if O wants to experiment, put Donnie in.
You put Donnie in.
Put the guy that you paid money for last season, but you don't want to play.
35 million.
And when he plays, Donnie creates.
He plays well.
He plays well. So it kind of boggles my mind as to what's the reason. Do you not like the kid? Is it politics?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? You don't like the Dutchman? We need some creativity. You play Fred. You bring in Scott. And then you have Matic as well playing. Three defensive midfielders.
It's too much of the same. It
makes no sense to me. I need to get down there.
Especially when you need a goal, right?
You need
Especially when you need a
goal. We're down 1-0 halftime, and Greenwood somehow managed to save us.
Yeah.
Because we should have lost that game.
Yeah. You can't be relying on a 19-year-old to save you.
Yeah. But enough about United and the signings. I just wanted to get your thought on that.
Yeah,
why don't we play the people that we
exactly.
we bought?
Oh, well, back to the signings. Yeah, Danny Ings is probably looking like the best.
Yeah.
I can't really think of too many others. again, I think overall Lukaku over the season will be the guy where we say, okay, he won Chelsea this.
I will say this though about Lukaku. Watching that game, I was impressed with how comfortable he felt in that system.
Yeah.
But when it comes to just which something we all know, I'm not surprised about, but he can't really create. It's very hard for him. So I know
his decision making with the ball
it's subpar.
That's probably the worst part about his game.
Yeah.
I think when he keeps it simple, he's fine.
Right.
Like when it's one touch play, he's fine. But when he's in a tight space,
he does not have the quick feet.
He doesn't have the quick feet. Yeah.
That might be a problem for Chelsea down the line.
Maybe. I think that they'll lose chances because of that. But he's his net positive, his upside far exceeds his downside.
Yeah.
So
we clearly saw, he's what Chelsea's been missing.
Yeah.
Timo wasn't doing that.
Not at all. Not at all.
He's not, finishing those chances like that.
As a City fan, I'm looking at Chelsea now with Lukaku, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna score a goal or two against us, maybe. Like that's how I'm looking at it now because
you guys are small.
Yeah. So when we played against Chelsea in the Champions League final, I was going in like, oh, they're not gonna score. Like where are they gonna get the goal from? And obviously they scored two, but now I'm like, okay, Lukaku, that's where they're going to get the goal from. Pulisic, maybe, that's where they're going to get the goal from. So
let's talk about him.
Yeah.
Because, I'm American.
I mean, yeah, I know.
I am American. He doesn't get his credit. And
By
he's
who?
been producing.
By who?
I feel like everybody. Chelsea.
I think he's
the club.
As someone that didn't really rate him, I think he's one of their best players.
But he doesn't play like that. They somehow want to put him on the bench.
They have a big squad. They played him. They played him last week.
I think it comes down to the English not respecting Americans as much. No. Be real. Because,
okay,
our understanding of the game isn't the same as you guys.
100% in the general conversation. 100%. But you don't spend $70 million on the guy if you're not going to play him. So I think people respect. I think they definitely respect him. Plus, he already got his respect when he was playing for Dortmund. So
Okay.
I think when it comes to him specifically, no. I think that's just he's very injury prone. Remember, they're playing with wing backs, so their wingers are really just center attacking midfielders that are playing a little bit more narrow.
Okay.
So do you really want a Pulisic in that role versus a Havertz who's a little bit more creative and a little bit better on the ball?
Yeah.
I think when you're playing the wing backs, that actually hurts Pulisic. So. And Hudson-Odoi as well. Two wingers who need space in that area.
Yeah.
Havertz is more of almost more of an Ozil sort of player where he's sort of tucked in. He'll make the pass, and sure, he's lefty, but that's not the comparison.
No, I got you.
But so and that's why they play Mount as well in that other center attacking / right wing role. So if I'm Pulisic, I think he would get a lot more game time if it was a 4-3-3, for example. But again, they're sticking with this 5-2-2-1. That's 5-2-2-1 formation. And it looks a little bit weird in my opinion, but hey, it works.
Yeah,
so,
it works for him.
Yeah, I'm a Pulisic fan, 100%.
Yeah, I love the kid. I think he's good. Probably our best American right now.
Yeah, probably. You have a good. We'll see the World Cup.
Yeah,
I was thinking about this in the other day. I was like, I don't care what group USA are in the World Cup. They should expect to get out of it. Like that. The expectation for them should be to go pretty far. They've got the
young talent's crazy.
They've got Dest. They got Reyna. They got Pulisic. They got McKinney. They've got our backup keeper, Zach Steffen.
Yeah,
very very good keeper. Maybe their goal threat is what I'm questioning.
Like who is it?
I can't think of them, but yeah, USA have a pretty good team, and it's a lot of it has to do with those players getting experience in these bigger leagues and these bigger teams. They're not just playing in the MLS anymore. They're going out Germany,
and that's
England,
how it happens.
Italy, exactly.
No, definitely. All right, I like that. I'm definitely good with that. 10 years from now, we'll win a World Cup.
Yeah, I know, like 100.
It's coming home.
It's not. It's coming home before England. I'll tell you that much. That's a whole nother topic. Yeah. So very interesting. Yeah, so Liverpool, Chelsea next week. That's a big one.
It's a really big one.
We saw a couple of questionable decisions when it comes to VAR, especially in this Chelsea-Arsenal game that we just watched. What's up with this thing, man? Because they changed it to where they're trying to use it less, and I understand that, and I get it because, it's kind of a pain in the ass. And I think the Euros actually did a pretty good job with the whole replay system and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when you see Saka get tackled and it's a blatant foul by Reece James, a blatant foul. Like it's like there's no question that's a foul. Ref dismisses it. They go to VAR and they say not a clear and obvious error. What is a clear and obvious error from a referee? Is it that he missed the call? Because it's a penalty. It's a foul. And if the ref is like it's not a foul, and it is a foul, it's a clear and obvious error in my opinion.
Yeah. It just seems like they have no type of relationship. It seems like VAR and the ref's decision are completely different.
Yeah.
Which it should be, the opposite. VAR is
they should be helping.
Exactly.
Yeah, that should be the fifth official, right? We know that there's 2 linesmen, the ref,
yes.
and fourth official. They should be the fifth official is VAR. So why aren't they properly communicating? Why can't VAR just, call him up, on the thing and be like, hey, we're pretty sure he made contact. It's pretty clear. You might want to go to the monitor just to check something. I mean, I'm not an Arsenal fan. I don't want them to win, but I'm also not a Chelsea fan. I want the game to be fair.
Exactly. It should be fair.
That's a 100% foul.
Yeah, I don't see the reason of bringing in, VAR when
if you're not going to use it properly.
Not using it properly.
Yeah.
Like what's the point? It just takes away from the game, slows it down.
And here's the thing. It's the balance, right? Because if you're not going to use it, then the game speeds up, right?
Yep.
But if you do use it, then the game slows down. But if the game slows down and you get them and you make the right calls, that's a positive.
It's a positive.
So where's the balance of let's make sure we only use it if we have to, but let's make sure we use it correctly. It's not that difficult. And I think in England with the Premier League, it's these guys that are making the bad decisions versus the actual technology.
Yes,
that's used.
I think it's a power trip in a sense.
Potentially.
The ref's like, I made the call.
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't a foul.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a penalty, and you're not getting it. So we saw it. We both watched the game. It was a clear penalty.
And it's not like it was like a malicious
No, it wasn't.
challenge.
But Reece James, he hit Saka's leg, and he made contact.
Clearly.
That's clearly a penalty. It's a goal that they probably should have had that you took away from them because you don't want to make that call.
Yeah.
What we'll see with VAR in the future, I'm not too sure. It's been like 3 or 4 years now? It's been
3 years? I think it's like 3 years.
Okay.
I think it's maybe the 4th year.
Yeah. So I feel like they're still trying to see, how it's gonna, pan out and figure out what's the next steps with it, and we'll go from there. But right now, it's not looking too good.
Yeah.
I look at the NBA. The NBA is doing a great job with the review.
Well, they do take a while. But
they take a while, but it's the right call though.
Yeah, it's always the right call. Dude.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
always the right call.
So like
if you're gonna take 2-3 minutes, make it the right call.
Like, don't waste my time.
Yeah.
I'm I waited 10 minutes and it's not even a foul. Like, what? What was the point then?
Yeah.
You bum.
No, I agree.
Oh my goodness.
Interesting stuff, man. Interesting stuff. So before we get out of here, let's revisit our favorite topic of the summer, which is Harry Kane.
Yeah, it's still ongoing. It's
still ongoing.
Still happening.
Real quick, August 31st. Is he a Tottenham player? Is he a City player? Has that changed for you? You think he's going to City, right? And I think he's staying.
I think he's going to City, yeah. It's just the price tag.
And
it's way too high.
The price tag is way too high. But at the same time, it was way too high for Jack Grealish, and they ended up paying. But the reason they paid is because they sold £60 million worth of players. They don't have that money. The money that they're going to spend, let's just say Tottenham accepted, right? It's $120 million that they just pulled out of their you-know-whats, right, to get him. So is the price tag really too high? I think in the end, it kind of does make sense for them to just say, you know what, screw it, we'll pay the extra $30 million, which, by the way, if you're an owner of Man City, you know that's nothing to you. You know it's absolutely nothing to you. But that's kind of the problem, right? I kind of have a problem with that. I don't like our problem isn't that we don't score goals. Our problem is that we don't finish a lot of chances that we have. And while Kane would obviously solve that problem, a Danny Ings would solve that problem. There's a lot of players that would solve that problem for a lot less money. So,
but City's at this point now where they aren't looking at a player like Danny Ings because they want that big name player.
It is a big name
time club.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so big time clubs always get big time players.
No, you're 100% right. It's one of those things where.
But in my opinion, though, I think the price tag for Harry Kane should be reduced. It's gone down only because his actions from the past couple weeks, to me, that shows like that's not someone that's worth 150 million.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, it's one of those things where you see the game 1 against City, and they win, and then they're like, "Oh my God, they need Kane more than ever." Yada yada yada, and then we score 5. We score 5 against Norwich, and it's like, do we not need him anymore? You can't keep going from one extreme to the other.
Yeah,
you just have to set your price as Man City. Hey, we're willing to pay 120. We're not paying any more. If Daniel Levy says, okay, we're going to sell him for 150, we're not selling him for anything less,
exactly.
Then you just keep on moving. And now we're linked with, like, a couple other strikers. Vlahovic, I believe his name is, from Fiorentina, I think. I don't really know who he is. I've never seen him play. But Tottenham's also linked with him as well, just in case Harry Kane does leave.
Yeah.
So
Ronaldo,
yep. Is he going to, and like, there's just, what are we doing?
And that's a good one. Ronaldo right now, he isn't going for that much, right?
He's not going for anything.
So why not pick him up?
So exactly. So why would you pay 3, 4, 5 times as much for Harry Kane when we can just get Ronaldo for 2 years?
And he's going to finish. That's one thing about him. Like he's not going to get 30 goals. He's not going to get 25 goals. But he's going to finish those goals.
He doesn't miss a lot of chances.
He's not missing.
Yeah.
So that's a good point.
I just think it's one of those things where, as a City fan, I'm tired of it. If we get him, great. If we don't get him, great. I don't really care. I don't want to get him for 150. I know it's not my money, but I just don't want to get him for 150. I don't like that idea of just pulling it out of our pockets. Because the reality is, any team in the top 6, top 8, we can all do this, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the money that they would spend, it's nothing to these guys, bro. These billionaires, it's nothing to them. If they want to improve the squad, 150 million.
Should there be a cap in the Premier League?
Well, there kind of is. There's a gray area. It's more of like a subjective. Hey, don't go crazy,
Yeah, but it's not like a restriction, though.
It's not like the NBA where it's capped out. I don't know. I think it's different because you got to think about the NBA is a lot of trades.
Yeah.
Whereas in football, it's buying and selling. It's very, very few
players,
swap deals. Yep.
Gotcha.
So I think less restrictions the better, but at the same time, maybe keep it in check just a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on Harry Kane now. Like, but if I'm Nuno, I mean, he did play yesterday, today. He did play today, but
I mean, and give Nuno credit. In the circumstances, a lot of managers wouldn't be doing too well right now. He's too old with Tottenham. He's producing. His best player, isn't playing, and he's still managing,
to get these 1-0 wins. Yeah,
these squad. So credit to him. But I'm over this situation. Honestly, They're dragging it out.
I'm so bored of it, man. As a City fan, I'm so bored of it. I honestly, if it's 100 million plus, I just don't even want it.
But then it's like, how does City look? You've been wasting all this time and you don't get Harry Kane. You look like a fool.
Exactly, I agree. Like, who are we gonna get? Because we do want someone, right? If we're gonna try and get a treble or quadruple,
you don't like Sterling at striker?
I do like Sterling. But as striker, I mean, it's just, again, it's the finishing. It's the finishing, right? It's not the goal scoring. It's the finishing.
No, he shouldn't be striker, bro. I know. I said, first week I was like, yeah, Sterling, golden boot.
You're capped.
I was capped because he's not a striker.
He's not. Yeah, he's not gonna finish. He's gonna score a lot of goals. He's not gonna finish. Yeah. He scored today. It's a good goal, but
over it.
Done.
Needs to be done.
So, I mean, speaking of done, looks like we're done with this episode. Nice little segue there.
It's a good one, too.
Yeah, it was a banger, definitely. A lot of stuff happening in the Premier League. Might as well talk about it all. However, next week is going to be interesting, to say the least. I'm going to pull up the fixtures right now.
That's what we do.
And we can do our little betting section where if I feel strongly about one team winning and Jay feels strongly about the other team winning, we will bet a little 5 on it. And at the end of the
Friendly wager.
friendly wager, hashtag friendly wager, and at the end of the week or the next week, we'll go over and see where we're at. So right now, we're actually even right now.
Yeah.
Because you won 2 the first week, I won 2 the second week, and we tied on that leads Everton. So back to square one, back to 0-0. Thank goodness. I know I needed that. I needed a comeback.
Gotta keep these lights on, man.
Yeah, exactly. These lights don't, come on. What are we
It's
doing?
money, it's bread.
Exactly. So again, we do have the game on Monday, but I'm not going to count that because we already talked about it.
Yeah, facts.
Or should we count it?
No, don't count it. 'Cause we
We-
talked about it last week.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
We're good.
So let's just go with Saturday. So again, teams that I'm saying first at home, Man City, Arsenal. After seeing Arsenal right there, Man City, I think it's going to be easy 3-0.
Yeah, I'm going City.
Yeah. Aston Villa versus Brentford. That's going to be a really good game. I think it's going to be a high energy game. I honestly think Brentford are going to score a couple goals.
Yeah, I got 2-1 Villa.
I can't bet on Brentford. I think it's going to be like a 2-2, honestly.
2-2?
Yeah.
So we got a tie, really.
Yeah, we got time out. Yeah.
It's at Villa.
It's at Villa. Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe you're right.
Coming in and they're smashing.
No, yeah, it's going to be 2-1. 2-1 Villa. Yeah. You're probably right. Really interesting one. Brighton-Everton. I might watch that game. Brighton-Everton.
It's at Brighton, too.
Brighton's-
Brighton's beating Everton. I'm going with Brighton. This can be one of our bets right here. I like this one.
You like Brighton?
I love this one.
I think I was going to bet on Brighton, too. Bro. I don't... They've won 2 in a row. Are they really going to win 3 in a row?
They're going for it. They're making noise. You know how who was it last year that started off pretty strong?
Aston Villa.
Okay,
Aston Villa, yeah.
yeah. That's gonna be Brighton this year. They're third in the table right now. They're about to.
They're about to
continue.
just turn up.
Yeah, Everton. They kind of scared me today when they well not yesterday. Was it yesterday? They played
Yeah.
Leeds. Yeah, yesterday when they played Leeds and they tied. I don't trust them.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I can bet on Everton. I don't know if I can bet on Brighton either. I think it's going to be a tie probably, but that's a good game. It's at Brighton.
I got Brighton.
I can't bet on Everton, bro. Yeah, I can't bet on Everton. Newcastle, Southampton. Interesting. Both teams sort of struggling right now. Southampton got the result, but
Shaking my
that's one of those games where you couldn't pay me to watch that. I'll be honest with you. You couldn't pay me.
Chill.
Nah, come on, man. What are we
Stop
doing?
it. Give them credit, man.
At Newcastle.
That's an ugly game. That's
an ugly
a
game.
nasty game. I
Tie.
don't want to watch either.
0-0.
I'm gonna be in bed.
Yeah.
Get some Z's.
I'm saying Norwich, Leicester. I think Leicester are going to run all over them. Norwich have played Liverpool, City, and now they're playing Leicester. I feel so bad for them, bro. Leicester are going to 2-0, 3-0, whatever.
When I saw Norwich today with City.
Was it yesterday?
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man!
It was-
like Norwich, they look like a
They look like a championship side.
no, not even championship. They look like from OP, like the strikers.
Oh,
Like that-
God, yeah.
like that type of level of
Yeah.
team, like
Like a UA team.
yeah. It's not even Premier League. It's not championship.
Mhm.
It's
It's
bad.
It's bad, yeah. Okay. West Ham, Crystal Palace. I mean, obviously West Ham's playing tomorrow, and then they're going to play on the Saturday. Crystal Palace, I don't think I could bet on them if
Yeah, you don't like Zaha. We know.
I don't like anyone on that team, honestly. Yeah, it's going to be a boring game. West Ham probably 1-0, 2-1 maybe.
tie. I got tie.
Yeah. And Liverpool, Chelsea, that's the big one for Saturday. Liverpool at Liverpool.
What time does it start?
That's an 11:30. We got to watch that
You
game.
gotta watch that one. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah,
Like,
I think we're going to do a little watch along for that.
you guys want that? Yeah, I think
They definitely want
yeah,
that.
they want that. All right.
I mean, it's also great because we're both neutrals, so we can just
Who do you hate more?
hate
Yeah.
Liverpool
Okay.
just based off of recent.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I hate Liverpool. I hate Chelsea too, though.
I'm not a fan of Chelsea.
I don't like their fans.
Yeah, they're just dirty.
They're dirty.
Cut that out. I'm not trying to get jumped.
Oh yeah, you go to England, so
Yeah, it's true.
they might get on you. They know better with me though.
Yeah. You know better not to go there.
Go to the ends.
The ends.
The ends, boy. Nah.
No shot. Liverpool, Chelsea 3-2. at
Ooh,
Liverpool.
You got 3 goals
Chelsea 3-2.
on Alisson and Van Dijk?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
So I know what it is. You don't like Alisson because he's better than your boy.
He's not better than Ederson.
Who starts Brazil? Who's the starting goal?
Oh, man, I'll literally turn the. I'll throw hands right now.
Hey, let's do it.
I'll throw hands for Ederson right now. Ederson's better than Alisson. Don't at me. Don't at me. I got Chelsea. You got Liverpool. Got it.
Yeah. I don't even want to take those.
It's Liverpool. I'm trying to lull you in. No, take Liverpool. That's Liverpool at home. Come on. Big 3. Best
I'm
center
going
back.
to take them. I don't want to take them. I
know.
I know they're going to let me down.
Yeah, we're only betting. It doesn't mean that we care about them.
Yeah, I'll take Liverpool.
Liverpool, okay.
Only time I will ever take Liverpool.
Against Chelsea?
Yeah. You're taking them next time, whoever they play.
What if Liverpool, Man City? You're probably going to take Liverpool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I'll take City. You take Liverpool.
I'm not taking. Why would I bet against? You're an idiot, bro. All right. Yeah. Okay. We'll bet 5 on that. All right. Sunday games. Only 3 games. Burnley, Leeds. That's Leeds, in my opinion. Although Leeds haven't had a great start, 1 point in 2 games.
Yeah.
But Leeds is a good game for them to bounce back against because Burnley's attacking threat is just basically non-existent. So Leeds can pressure without really worrying about being counterattacked too much. Spurs Watford. Another Spurs. I don't know when Spurs are gonna get tested. Obviously, we had a poor game. They played well against us.
Yeah.
And then who the hell they play?
They played
Wolves.
Yeah, 1-0. Yeah.
Decent game, but when are Spurs really gonna get tested? This is gonna be an easy 1-0, 2-0.
Yeah, I think 2-0.
Yeah, something like that.
I think Kane might get on the board this game if he's
still there.
If he's still there, we'll see.
On the 29th, do you think Harry Kane's going to still be at Tottenham? On the 29th of August. This stuff, this window's closing, bro.
It's closing, so he may be gone.
Interesting stuff. And then last but not least, Wolves, Man United. Another tough game.
We're at Wolves too. Yeah.
At Wolves.
No, we got this one.
Bounce back?
Let's bounce back. I think Bruno's going to come in, goal, assist. I want to see if Cavani's going to be ready. Actually, let me see if he's hurt. Yeah. What's going on with Cavani? I'm very intrigued.
I don't know, man. I think if you guys are struggling against Southampton, the only problem is are Wolves going to actually score? That's the question, right? They haven't scored yet this season.
So, Cavani's he's not hurt. So I'm kind of intrigued to see if he's
resting. Maybe there's a personal thing going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. But even so, I don't think they need Cavani to beat Wolves, But
at this point, man.
You need everything.
We need everything.
Is Varane playing that game? Is Varane playing and is Sancho starting?
Sancho's definitely starting. I do think Varane's playing. He's not going to start, probably.
You would obviously start him, but you don't think Ollie's going to start him.
You know what I want to do. I told you already. Maguire on the bench.
Yeah, Varane and Phil Jones. No, that's my fantasy. That's my fantasy.
Oh, my God. Stop it, man. Stop.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think probably Man U.
Yeah, we're bouncing back.
I wouldn't bet on Wolves since they haven't scored yet. It's Jimenez.
Even though Wolves, they always give us a tough time, but we're bouncing back. We got this.
We'll see. We will see. All right. So, yeah, episode 3 done. Moving along. Fixtures done.
Watch out, too. I got some more fire coming out. I'm not going to tell you who it's about, but we're going to see if one of the big 6 teams get this player.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Big player. Everyone's been talking about him.
Huge player.
Over the last maybe 2 seasons or so.
Yeah. He's making a name for himself.
I can't wait to read it, honestly. I haven't read it yet, so. And you guys will hear about that very, very, very soon.
Yes, sir.
Just remember, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Best of Rivals. bestofrivals.com for basically all of our writing content, all of our podcasts, any videos that we post, all of that stuff.
TikTok as well.
We're on TikTok. I gotta add the icon.
Yeah.
I gotta add the icon on TikTok. We got some views,
Yeah.
We got
making some
stuff.
noise, Do a little something.
We didn't make any noise. Let's stop gassing ourselves. So yeah, Episode 3 out.